What's up YouTube? It's Ninja Turtle here, and today we have our not just a month end but also a year end video for the channel. And if you're new here, for the last couple months, although I didn't do one for November, I just do like a wrap up, or excuse me, wrap up for the month of what other things I've been doing other than full videos for each little custom or modification, and just talk about future plans or other organization things that I'm doing, yada yada, stuff like that. But this will again cover, because I didn't do a video at the end of November, so this will cover the stuff, the modifications, the small changes and things that I've been working on that don't deserve a whole video from November and December, as well as be a wrap-up video for the year of 2020. And what a year it's been. I started this journey of customizing back in June, and here we are, quite a few customs in, and we're going to go over all of the customs that I've done for the year. Obviously, most of the videos are on the channel, but we're going to show everything here, including this, which is Demi-Goblin, which is not like a full-on custom, so don't get me wrong here. But there are custom parts on here, custom changes. Why? Because, well, when I saw this wave come out, there was literally nothing in the wave that I actually wanted other than Vulture. So I wanted Demi-Goblin and I wanted Vulture, but I didn't want the rest of the wave. So I was kind of upset, and I didn't want to buy all the other pieces and spend all that money just for a Build-A-Figure. So I kind of passed on it. But over time, I ended up buying White Rabbit because I wanted the fodder for her hair and legs and corsets and all of that stuff. I was like, okay, well, I'll buy the White Rabbit, and got the Goblin Glider. And then I ended up buying Shang-Chi because I found it at a store. And let's see, Vulture came with the head, so I already had that, but I found Shang-Chi that came with the torso and the cape, and I bought him because I want him for a custom that will be coming at some point in 2021. And then that left me with needing to get the arms and the legs, and what I was going to do is I actually bought a Black Knight, and those are the same kind of arms on Black Knight that there are here. This metal-ish type of thing, scaly arms, and I was just going to paint those arms and put them on the torso. And then I bought, and which I did do, is I bought a yellow Daredevil, the Walgreens exclusive Daredevil, and the Bucky cap legs, they fit right on here, so I just repainted those. So that's actually what I did do, well, half of it. These legs are you can see some of the yellow from the inside because I can't paint the inside well, but yeah, these are Daredevil's thighs and upper calves here. And then these legs, the shoes, those are from Black Knight. So all of his legs are customized color and painted, because again, it was yellow. And then the bottom of the boots, I left those the same because those are the same color on Black Knight as they are on the rest of the figure, but the blue was yellow, so I did paint that. It's not a perfect match from the top and the bottom, but it is a good color. And what I should have done, I was kind of dumb for not doing it, is make more paint of this color and just repainted the torso so that way it would all match. But I wasn't thinking at the time, and now we have this miscoloration. This color actually does match pretty well to the color of the cape, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, I didn't do the arms because I figured it would probably be really difficult to match the color of the arms to his face, based off of the Black Knight arms, because those are like metallic silver. So I just said, screw it, ended up buying the figure that had the arms, which was the Superior Octopus. And the Superior Octopus is a mighty fine figure. I'm actually happy to have it in my collection, but I originally wasn't going to buy it. So yeah, I tried to save money by not buying all of the figures, and ended up probably spending as much money on getting all the individual figures to build this as opposed to building it as a custom. But this is still fun to do and to mess around with. Moving on. All right, now moving on to Rogue here. So if you watched my last month in video, which would have been at the end of October, I detailed how I bought this brand new Rogue figure at the beginning of October, and within a week she fell off the shelf and broke her arm. And here is the broken arm. It fell off, and then I can't get the lighting to cooperate today, but the pin is broken on the inside, so I can't get that out. It's a clean break, there's nothing to grab. So I ended up making her a brand new arm. Again, this is the old arm, the right side, and this is the new and customized arm. Ended up getting a pretty close match on the green to the rest of the figure. It is a little darker than the rest of the green, just slightly, and then the flesh tone is a little lighter than the rest of the flesh tone. Keep in mind that this flesh tone on this side is painted on, and the neck as well is all painted on flesh tone, but then her head is just plastic flesh tone. But overall, even got this white to match. Not even trying to get that to match, but it lines up pretty well. The X looks pretty decent, and I'm happy with it overall. So I do have her displayed with this head going forward. And I have just a quick note, I've copied the other head, the relaxed face. I've made copies of that head so I can make copies more and use that head for future rogues or other characters. I'm going to make a copy of this one eventually, but I say that because I'm probably going to attempt to redo the 90s Jim Lee Rogue using the relaxed face from this Rogue here. Possibly I might use a different Rogue head. I'm currently working on a Rogue. I'll go ahead and say it's Savage Land Rogue. She should be coming up very soon on the channel, because I'm literally, as of the day of this recording, going to be painting her tomorrow. So keep that in your head. It's going to be something that's coming up very soon on the YouTube channel. And yeah, she'll be a little bit different. I won't be using this head or the other relaxed head. It'll be using the the Mystique alternate head from the Mystique pack, like the one that looks like Rogue. So I'm excited for that, very excited, but that's coming very soon. Moving on. Alright, so once again, we're doing this here in this video because I don't think it deserves its own video. I like to talk at length about things for each character or each custom, but some customs are just not worth going through a whole nother video for, and I've already made a Psylocke before, so if you haven't seen that Psylocke build, go ahead and check out that full video. This is different than that Psylocke in quite a few different ways, but namely, this is meant to be a Crimson Dawn version of Psylocke, so this is my second Psylocke on the channel. Just as quickly as I can go over it though, big differences here. One, overall she's a little shorter, which this was a very good learning process, because I didn't realize at the time that these lower legs, like the calves, are actually shorter than the bodysuit calves and the calves that are on Blink, and those are newer ones. They're shorter, so it makes the character shorter. So I had no idea. So she ended up being a little bit shorter than desired. Also, the skin tone, I fixed that issue. Man, I love the skin tone. The last one was much lighter, and this one I would say is still a little darker than I want, but I'm 100% pleased with this color. Lastly, yes, I know she doesn't have a belt. I did that on purpose. This is Crimson Dawn Psylocke, and if you look at the specific Crimson Dawn issues, she doesn't have a belt. If you look at her with the Crimson Dawn mark after the Crimson Dawn issues, most artists drew her with the belt, but I decided to go specifically from the issues of the Crimson Dawn. No other psychic effects. I really love this sword. It came from the Pirate Deadpool So that is super long. It's just a really great katana. And other than that, made the purple lipstick and the purple eye color a lot lighter on this Psylocke compared to the previous one. So you can actually see the purple lipstick on this one. I can't even remember if I did red. No, I did red. I'm looking at it right now. I did red on the last Psylocke. But this one has purple lipstick, purple eyes, and black eyebrows. And then the Crimson Dawn mark. The hair is from Silk, and I will never use this hair again because you can't see it too well, but there's a huge gap in between her head and the hair, and I couldn't get that to fill in. Also in the back, because the Silk head is just a really weird head. By the way, this is the Psylocke head, and it's a copy of the Psylocke head. But going back to that, the Silk head is a really weird shape. So this hair is meant to go for the Silk head. I ended up having to cut and shave down the inside or the back of the head just so that it wouldn't stick out as much as it would for that Silk hair. This just looks really bad. So I wouldn't use this Silk hair on any other head. Just use it only on the Silk head. But again, this is the Hasbro Psylocke head with Silk hair. It would look good if everything would look fine. And I picked this hair particularly. It is painted also purple, but it's very dark. But I picked that hair because I didn't want any hair to get in the way of her face. So the Crimson Dawn sign on her face would be visible. But that's literally it. But this is Psylocke number 2. And Psylocke number 3 I kind of have a goal to do a Psylocke once a month. I may not do one in January, but I will do one not too long from now. And I already have an idea which one I'm going to do. And hopefully it will be my best Psylocke yet. Alright, and to again be a year-end wrap-up of everything that I've done. I just want to show off all the customs and things that I've done all together. I'll try to go over them quickly. Most of these have dedicated videos. If not, I'll try to give a little bit more time to them or if there's anything that needs to be said. But let's go over them quickly. We got my very first custom here, Rachel Summers. If I had the experience and knowledge, skills, and such that I have now to redo this, or if I had it when I did it at first, I would not be doing anything or almost half of the stuff that I would do on this I would change. I mean, if you didn't know, I glued this head to this pen because of the head itself is a copy, but I couldn't get it to stick. It was, a bunch of issues. I've fixed that issue since then. Actually, it was something I've done recently, so I don't need to worry about that head that I want to use for Rachel not working anymore. So that's gonna be fine in future. And also I sculpted all of this detail on her chest and her abs. I wouldn't do that again. And also she's way too tall, and yeah, she looks amazing, but she is absolutely way too tall. And that's something I would change in a heartbeat. So anyway, Rachel, I love my magic, and I'm not going to go over that, but I absolutely love her. Oh, I will go over that. I will do more magics fairly soon, and I will still continue to use the Mockingbird head for magic as opposed to using Magic's head, because it's actually way more compatible. Anyway, X23. I'm still considering doing a remake of, or at least a repaint of the all-new Wolverine version of X23, and I do have other X23s planned, so stay tuned for that. Miss Marvel original, other than there's too much sculpt on it, this is the figure that helped me realize I don't need to sculpt that much. But still looks great. I absolutely love it. And the only thing I don't like is her face mask. No video for this Black Panther. It's a repaint of the Toy Biz Black Panther. So if you want more information on that, check out my September month-end video. Same thing with the Storm. It's got silver paint. I love this costume. I hate this figure officially, but I did repaint it and it looks pretty cool. Again, September month end video, no dedicated video for this storm. Actually, we had someone fall here. There's only one thing that's missing is the Electro from that video. I threw him out because he was a failure, and I did end up buying a new Electro, and I'm just going to use the Hasbro version as opposed to anything that I painted. Moving on, we have our Black Widow, custom Black Widow. I still absolutely love that hair with this head, and just having a Black Widow with that body mold makes me happy. And then Madeline fell down just like right now. She literally just now fell. We'll come back to that. But we do have Wasp here at the end. Another figure that I learned using the smaller legs on a full Kate Bishop body just to make her shorter. I still think that she's actually a little too tall, but at the same time I think she looks pretty good like this. Yeah, I still might change that in the future if I were going to do this again. This is one of the early ones, but I still absolutely love it. I think she looks beautiful, and she deserves to be smaller because she's a small character. Back to Madeline here. Let me see if I can get this to zoom out for her. Another character that I did early on, and heels are a problem. But yeah, I think she looks dynamite, and this is one of the more popular videos on the channel is for Madeline, and she's also way too tall, and it's not just the heels, but she's way too tall. She's very orange, very pink I should say, and yeah, way too thick too. She should be a lot thinner, shorter, but she still looks pretty cool. So alright, moving on, we have the first Psylocke that I did. So again, earlier in the video I talked about my first Psylocke. Here she is once again, but this Psylocke does have a dedicated video, so go check that out. She is displayed on my shelf in this exact pose. Man, I swear at certain angles I really love her face with this head more than I love the Hasbro Psylocke. Like, this is the silk head with the Hasbro Psylocke. Actually no, this is Black Cat hair, pardon, but silk head, Black Cat hair, and I love it. So I don't know, like now I'm still backpedaling on which version, which head I want to use, but either way, check that out for that video. Black Cat, custom Black Cat. I realize now that I probably should have, it would have been a better idea to use a different torso, use a Kate Bishop torso as opposed to this is an Emma Frost Walgreens torso, which would have made her taller, and that would have been much better and much more desired than what I have here. But that's okay. She still looks pretty great to me. I love her. We have the Hellfire Club. Again, these are modified. They're not, they are actually customized, especially Emma, who needed whole body. I had used Emma's legs from the Hellfire Club, but the torso is Medusa, so that is a whole new body. And I'm also realizing again that she is a little shorter than I wanted and thought she would be, but I now realize it's because these lower legs are shorter, just like how I did that Psylocke and realized her legs are shorter, because these legs on this Psylocke are longer, the lower leg. So I like literally just learned this as of 24 hours ago. So yeah, I'm going to modify. Actually, maybe I'll use this because I wanted to use this body mold for Emma going forward for all Emmas, and then I realized, oh no, it makes her too short. But now I realize she's too short because of this. So we'll see. I may use this body mold more. I may do what I'm going to do with what I have done for Savage Land Rogue, once again coming very soon, on the body mold that I'm using on Savage Land Rogue to do that for future Emmas. We'll see. But yeah, working on that. We have our X-Men Red Jean, who this is my favorite custom. This is absolutely my favorite one that I've done. She's turned a little bit. I do have her on display with this stand, like so. But yeah, she's absolutely my favorite. Please check out that video. It does not have that many views. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful color of blue and red that works together. But yeah, she's displayed like this. I absolutely love this. She is a little too big, and I didn't realize that at the time. Again, she should be shorter, and her thinness is good, but she should be shorter. I love her big ass hair though. She should be a little taller than this Pixie, but not much taller, and that's the next one that we did. In fact, I think Pixie might actually be too short, but still within a range, and I think she looks pretty good. If anything, I wouldn't mind that black being a little bit lighter and not being pure black. And I wish her alternate head fit, but if you want to know what I'm talking about, please check out Pixie's video. And we got one more round of customs to go. Alright, and to round out my 2020 customs, I've got Lalandra here. We started this months ago, but finally finished it and posted that video a few weeks ago, and she turned out pretty good. The cape does look a little awkward, but overall I think she is really nice, and there are again errors in there, but you make sure you check out that video. Catwoman here, first DC character. Now I mentioned in her video that I misplaced her alternate head, and in the meantime, since then, I did find it. It was in a box that fell below. I'm going to put this on the floor here so you can focus on it and you can see it better. But yeah, that's what the alternate head looks like. Now, I would love to show you what that looks like on here, but since this is copied plastic, it would be really hard to actually switch that on there. It doesn't fit very well. Again, that's a thing that I've updated and changed in my formulas and whatever, so in the future, I'll probably make another alternate head for Catwoman, so that way it'll actually swap properly without any issues. So stay tuned for that. Ultron, just finished him. Looks awesome. Not perfect. And although I saved my Jean Grey, X-Men Red is my favorite custom. This Jill Valentine RE3 is probably my one that makes me the proudest. Yeah, I would say this one's probably one of the most proudest. I stare at this all the time on my shelf. I absolutely love it. Again, not perfect, but I'm super proud of how she turned out. So that's it for 2021, or should say 2020. 2021's coming up, and you know, this camera's going all over the place. I forgot to throw in the Psylocke again, but that is another thing. We got lots of Psylocks coming up, lots of X-Men coming up, lots of comic book stuff on the way, and in general, before my battery dies here, just to give you a quick sneak peek or a quick heads up of what 2021 will have. Lots of DC characters. I'm currently working on Batman and Superman. This weekend I'll be starting them on the Twitch channel, and there'll be many other DC characters coming because I don't have a DC character collection. So this Catwoman is the first, and she needs a posse. So I'll be working on that quite a bit in 2021. More Marvel vs. Capcom characters, in particular Capcom characters, because this is the only one I have. If I'm going to have a Marvel vs. Capcom shelf, I need Capcom characters. Speaking of that shelf, I haven't given a proper update as to what that collection looks like since the end of October. Things have changed extensively. It's a much bigger roster right now, and I've given it a new location, so there's a lot more room, although it's almost full of Marvel characters at the moment. But once I get going on Capcom, Cammy and Chun-Li are going to be early makes. In fact, Morgan is probably the next one I'm going to be making that will go on that Marvel vs. Capcom shelf. So quite a few characters there. I will try to get to Ryu and Ken and other males on top of that. Speaking of males, like I said, Shang-Chi earlier, I'm going to be changing him into more Mortal Kombat's Liu Kang. And speaking of Mortal Kombat, I'll be doing quite a few Mortal Kombat girls, the Ninja girls. I'll be trying to do the Ninja boys if I can. I haven't quite figured them out. And more anime and video game characters as well. I'm going to be working on Zero Two very soon, and Misato and Asuka, and a lot of Pokemon girls very soon. So 2021. I've made all these customs since June for 2020. 2021 is probably going to be triple that amount, maybe even quadruple that amount of customs. So I'm pretty excited. Make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel. I know this video is probably not going to get a lot of views, especially all the way to the end. But if you did make it this far, leave me a comment. I would love to know if you watched this whole thing. And let me know if you guys got some suggestions you think I could probably pull off. I am not going to say that any of these customs are perfect by any means or any stretch. I just love doing it as a hobby. I'm not selling them. I'm not taking commissions. I'm not doing any of that stuff. This is just for my own personal collection, and also to help out anybody that is interested in making customs. I'm having fun with this, so subscribe, check out some videos, hit me up in the comments, follow me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and I even have a Discord that's perfectly free and open for anyone that wants to join. I post work in progress pictures, and I love to talk to you guys about nerdy stuff, comics, anime, or whatever. So hit me up, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.